Hi everybody, this is Bev with Bev Hill Arts and Crafts. I'm going to mute my laptop and find the video here so I can follow along. Make sure my hand's staying in the camera and I see it. Let me just get this opened. There we are. And let me see if the camera's close enough for us to see what we're doing. I think so. Got to be able to move in and out of the camera too. So I think this will work. So these are really fun patterns and I've made the first 3 and your kit will include enough to make 6 of them. So in your kit, you're going to have the stickers already attached to your die cuts. I needed to place that down on the paper and then try to cut those circles instead of trying to line it up. So those will be all ready for you. You're going to have Velcro, you're going to have twine, you're going to have these 6x6 papers, you're going to have your black cardstock, and then you'll have the instruction sheet with the download with all of the dimensions that we're going to go through today. So the first one that we're going to make is this little guy. So we'll get him up close to the camera so you can see him. And so it's just a little tri-fold with a belly band. So if you pull that out like that, if you open it up, and let me see if I can stick a piece of paper down in there. I've got a little slot there. That's sideways. This way is the way you would lay your gift card. And I pulled out one of my personal gift cards. I wonder if I left it in this guy. No? Well, shoot. I wanted to show you that too. Let me get my billfold out again. See if I have another gift card laying around. We'll find it when I'm in the middle of this. I'm not going to use my credit card. That's probably not smart. I will just use this card. It's not a gift card, but you'll get the idea. So it just lays right down in that slot, just like that. And then it's held closed with that cute little belly band. So this is the first one we're going to make. And because we're not going to make it together, I'm going to give you a quick chance to take a look at the papers that I used for this one. You'll have all the dimensions and then the back side right there. So this is the guy we're doing right now together with different paper, and then you'll be able to make this one on your own with the same paper collection. And same thing with the belly band. Okay, so let's get rolling. So our first thing we're going to do is cut our cardstock. I need to clear off a little bit off of my scoring board. Let's see, where can I put that away safely? Maybe right there. So we need our black cardstock, and we're going to make a couple of cuts here. Oh, I found the gift card. I knew I'd gotten that ready. So we'll put that in the next one if I can find it. So we need, this piece of paper is 4 inches wide by 8 inches long. And we're going to put it in our scoreboard. So we'll clear some room so we can make this together. All right, I'm just going to make sure I've got it down low enough that we can see my numbers. Yep, okay. So along the long way, so along the 8, and we're going to score it at 2 inches. And we're going to score again at 5 1/2, just like that. 2 and 5 1/2. We're going to fold it up and fold it up. And then I always like to give it a good crease with my bone folder, just like that. So on this lower part, really just about any size circle punch that you have, and this is completely optional, but if you have a circle punch and want to make a notch, this is when you do it. Just like that. So now I've got my little notch. So if you have really narrow, like 1/8 inch wide score tape, you can use that. What I'm going to use today is just a very narrow bead of white glue. And we're just going to glue this closed right on the edge. We want to leave a lot of room for that gift card to slide in there. I'm just going to push up and just hold it down for a minute. Let that glue catch. You can even burnish it if you want. But that's where our gift card's going to go. All right. And then our belly band, this is what's going to go around the card. But we're going to add some decorative paper before we score that one. So let's get our next set of papers. So in my pile, I got these cute Santas. So we'll start with that one. And I'm going to bring the Tim Holtz trimmer. I've got a little trimmer here. And our dimensions for this, we're going to do 3 3/4 wide. So 3 3/4. Oh, looks like I'm a little bit in a shadow. I'm just going to get my lamp over a little better. So 3 3/4. And then I'm going to turn it away from that little punch in my circle by 2 1/4. That's going to go on this top flap right like that. That's the size. Now maybe we'll like the back side better. The nice thing about a collection is they all go together. All right, and then we also need one that is 3 3/4 and 1 1/2. But we might need to go a little smaller, just depending on how deep we put that punch. So you'll probably want to measure yours as well. But 3 3/4 wide still. And that, yeah, so I'm gonna need to take a little bit more off of mine just because of where I did my punch, how deep I placed that punch. So I'm gonna go all the way. Try 1 1/4, but I may need to come in and take it down even a little bit more. So let's lay that. That'll work okay for me. All right, so those are my 2 pieces. And then I need one piece that's going to be the cut for the back. So I need another piece of paper. So I'm going to pull the next one up, which I've got this really fun red. And our back side are cute too. They're little letters to Santa. But for the back side, it's going to be 3 3/4 wide by 3 1/4 tall. So 3 1/4 is my first cut because that's the direction of the paper I have going. And then 3 3/4 wide. So we can use either side. Whoops. On the back of our cute little gift card. So those are our prints. So now we also want to do our belly band. So if our belly band is 1 inch wide, I'm going to go ahead and first trim to 2 1/2. I'm just going to get rid of that little circle out of the punch. And so now I'm going to move it over and cut it 3/4. Did I do that right? 1 2 3/4. There we go. That looks better. And I'm going to do the same exact thing because I'm going to need more. So I'm going to move over again 3/4 of an inch. There we go. All right, so now we can make it pretty. So on the belly band, I'm going to glue my paper and I'm going to need to overlap it. Because I only have 6 inch paper here and I have an 8 inch belly band. And then the last time that I did this, I didn't like where my seam ended. So I'm just going to trim this to 4 instead of 6 and see if it lands in a better place. I mean, it didn't look terrible, but maybe I can get that same. So I trimmed this one to 4. I'm just going to overlap it and glue it together. Because I'm using glue, I have the benefit of sliding it into place. Okay, so now we have some decisions to make. On this back, I think I'm going to stick with the red. This one's going to be a very red gift card. And then we've got, oops. I think what I'm going to do is the Santa's on the top, and I'll do the green on the bottom for a little contrast. Okay, so let's do the scoring now on the belly band. I'm going to flip it over and score from the back side. So for the belly band, we're going to score it at 1 3/4. 1, 2, 3/4. And because I've got a couple thicknesses there, I'm coming back and forth a couple of times. And then 5 1/4. And that's just going to help it fold as we wrap it around our gift card holder. You don't want it to be too tight. You want it to be able to slide off of there. So that looks good to me. So that's where I'm going to glue it. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the back here, kind of in a little square. Grab it and hold. Got a little bit of glue oozing. That's all going to be hidden very soon. It's kind of tight. I might loosen it just a tad. Keep fiddling with it till you feel like it's going to hold, but now it's sliding back and forth nicely. And then we have some of our pre-done, let's see, that looks pretty nice right there. I think that's the one we'll do. Or we've got that too, which is pretty bold. I like that a little bit better. So this is what we'll do, and we're going to put some foam tape behind it. And I'm looking for my scissors. Here we go. So I've just cut a strip of foam tape. I'm going to put it, so that's my top and bottom. Give it a little dimension. It's going to hide the seam right there. Okay, so we've got our belly band. We've got our gift card. And let's see, can I find that gift card that I just set aside? There it is. So now this will slide right in here. fits perfectly. And then your belly band slides on just like that. So that's the first one we did together. So that one matches this one. So these are both the same pattern, little belly bands holding them closed. Cute. All right, I'm gonna get that gift card out so I can show it on the next one. And remember, these patterns, they can work just fine for birthday gift cards too. So, all right, let's move to the next pattern. And these are our scraps. I'm going to move them off to the side a little bit. And here is our next one. This one has a Velcro closure. All right, so here's what it looks like. It pops up here, which is really cute. And then I think I already showed this one how it worked, but I'll do it again. The gift card just slides into your slots, just like that, and it'll lay down perfect. You want to make it nice and straight. And then close up your gift card. So that's the one we're going to make now together. And before we do, I'll show you close up what I did on my paper choices. So there's that and that. And when you flip it over to the back, that's my back side. All right, so let's make this one together. I've got my black cardstock right here. And this one is a 4-inch wide by 10 long. So you can see 4 by 10. And we're going to score it at the 10 mark. So we've got a couple scores to make on this one. We're going to score it first at 1 1/4. And then we're going to score it at 3 3/4. 3 1 2 3/4. And then we're going to score it at 5 3/4. And then we're going to score it at 7 3/4. So we want this, let's see, so on the second score line where we started, this is the first one, this is the second, we're going to fold that up so that we've got our little punch out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and give it a good burnish. I'm going to take my circle punch, slide it in, and now you're punching 2 pieces. I'm kind of eyeballing my center, and I'm going to punch. And now we're just going to glue. We're going to open it up. It's laying flat here. We're going to glue very narrow again, right along our edges. My glue going. And down here. And back up. And that's all we're going to do right now. So we're going to push it down and close it. I'm using a glue that will dry clear. So I'm giving it a nice crease on both sides. So now we've got to trim this. This is still a fold. We need to make a cut there. So I'm going to lay it flat like this. Place it in my trimmer. And I'm going to slide it in. And I'm going to make a cut. Just barely. Just take off a sliver, maybe 1/8 of an inch. So now there's an opening to slide our gift card in. Okay, so next we will fold this up, and that down. So when you open it up, got your little pop-up, which I think is really fun. All right, I think that glue should be dry enough. We can slide a gift card in there. And it'll close perfectly. So that's gift card with a little pop-up. So now let's do some decoration. Let's see what we have. Well, I'm getting to a floral now, which is pretty. And I've got a pretty plaid. So these are probably the two I will use. That's just next in my line. So we need two pieces that are 2 by 3 3/4. So 3 3/4 is going to be our width. So two of them. So I'll go ahead and cut here. 3 3/4 wide by 2 and by 2 again. And we need two of them that are 1 by 3 3/4. And I want a little bit of contrast, but I can't flip this back side because it's the cut aparts. So let's go to the green. 3 3/4. By 1. And by 1 again. I really like this plaid. And then we need two that are 3 3/4, which we've got this width, by 2 1/4. And I don't know if I've got that width. Oh, look at that, 2 1/4 right there. So we'll do by 3 3/4. So that should be all of our pieces. So I'll move my scraps. Get my little gift card back. So my narrow pieces are for this little top and inside. So I'll go ahead, I want some contrast, so let's just try it out for size. One, 2, 3, 4. I like this, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue these down. I even like the red snowflakes on the other side. I'm just kind of centering it up top and bottom, left and right. I'll put my red snowflakes there. Put my floral on this one. I think that one's too big. I think this is supposed to be this one. Yep. All right. It was overhanging my edge, and this should have a nice even border based on the measurements. Okay, so I will put my plaid side up on this one. And then we pull up, and the one that I haven't glued yet, floral, that's pretty. It's going to go on that flip up. And then the one that I did accidentally glue fits perfectly on the back. Alrighty, there we go. So now I've got this one, which looks very nice, and I'm going to let it overhang by half. So I'm just going to put glue on my top half. I need to kind of straighten up and look here. So when I'm centered. All right, there's no glue there. So now it's time to find our Velcro. And peel off my first piece. I'm just going to kind of center it there on that circle. And then my reverse, peel it off as well. Press it down onto that Velcro. And then press it closed onto the gift card. So now you've got your Velcro closure. It's perfectly aligned, ready for your gift card. All right, that's number 2. Aren't these quick and easy and fun? Okay, last one. It's going to be this cute little gift card. And I wanted to wait until I was on camera to show you that the best way to adhere our gift card is with 2 glue dots, the top and the bottom. So I'll do that on this one. I'm just going to put a glue dot on there and a glue dot on there. Now peel them off. That way the recipient just has to peel those glue dots away. Man, this doesn't want to peel away. All right. It was tough. I wonder if glue dots can get old. These are really old. There we go. So I would just lay my gift card centered up. And then it just slides right into the pouch. Just like that. You can see your little gift card. I guess mine went on a little crooked. I'd go back and adjust my glue dot. I think it just slid when I slid it in. But there's your gift card in your pocket. So we're going to make this little tag holder for this gift card. We'll do that one next. All right, let me show you the paper first. So you've got your kind of green gingham. Behind here is the red candy canes. And then the white background with the multicolored snowflakes. So that's this one. And we will do the next one with different papers. All right. So for this one, we've got 2 pieces of cardstock that we're going to cut. One for the card holder and one for the tag that goes inside. So the first one, this is 3 3/4 wide, 3 1/4 wide, and it's 8 1/2 long. And then the tag is 2 3/4 wide, and then it's 4 3/4 long. So those are your 2 pieces of black cardstock. We don't need to score this one, but we do need to score this one. And we're going to score it at along the 8 1/2 at 3 1/2. Just like that. And fold it up. Give it a good little burnish. And then I'm going to do the same thing, but first I'm going to decorate it before I glue it down. So let's do our pattern papers. So I have got, I want to see, we've got these 3 left. And I kind of like these little stamps and the red. So that's what I'll work with on this one. So let me get my little trimmer back out. And you could probably make this with scraps and save this to make another one. But I don't need to do that. so I'm just going to show you all the variety of paper. So this one is going to be 3 wide. And then 3 1/4 tall. Oh, mine slid a little bit. There we go. And then we need 3 wide again. I might as well use this one. So I just did the flip side. So 3 wide again, and then it's 1 3/4. And because it's 6 by 6 paper, we could use this again, but I'm going to use another sheet of paper. So this is 3 wide. And this will be 4 3/4 long. Right. Don't need any more glue dots for this one. So here's where we're going to put our decorator pieces. So this little piece, the smallest one, we'll put right on top here. So when we glue this down, you won't see that the paper doesn't continue. All right, so now's the time that I'll take my narrow bead of glue on both of my sides here. Lift that up and glue this little pouch closed. So now I'm going to take the one that is stamped images and glue that on top. Just like that. And then the last piece is for our back. Oh, isn't he so cute? All right, there we have it. So now we need to do a little bit of work on our tag. So for our tag, we're going to take our scissors and just make a snip, and then find that snip piece that we just did and lay it opposite on our other corner. I'm just lining it up. I'm going to hold it tight, and I'm going to cut right along that edge. And then for the most part, the tag corners will be pretty close to matching. And you can use a hole punch or a crocodile. I've got a crocodile here. I'm going to use my larger punch. Punch a hole in the middle, as close to the middle as you can. And then you should have some red twine. And we'll just thread that through. I have way too much twine here. But when I'm tying a bow, I'd rather have way too much than not enough. I hate to fight tying a bow. Now with this twine, it doesn't like to stick very well, so I knot it first before I tie my bow. Maybe. Okay, get up a little bit. There we go. And then hopefully when I tie the bow, it will want to stay. Pull it really tight. But it's so pretty that it's worth it, I think. I've got a little sharper pair of scissors over here, so I'm just reaching for those so I can trim it up a little bit. There we go. Oh, missed that one completely. There we go. So this is going to tuck down in there. Might have got too much glue. Go ahead and putting it in now. I'm going to, thought I had, yeah, I've got a ruler here, so I'm just gonna encourage those sides to be a little bit more open. Let's see now if that tag will slide in better. I guess my warning is be very careful, because this one seems tight. Yeah, you don't want that, guys. I may actually trim my tag just a smidge on both sides. And maybe I didn't pay attention to my glue. So be careful if you're using glue that it doesn't have too much ooze power. So I just took about 1/8 of an inch off of both sides. I got some glue or something sticking down there. Okay, let's see if I fix it. Oh yeah, all right, so whatever was holding it up is not holding it up anymore. And then I've got this cute little Merry Christmas that we're gonna center up right there. So I would put some foam tape behind it, because foam tape's good with everything. And because it's a wider circle, I would do 2 strips just to give it a little support. Just like so. And that is all 3 gift cards. So have fun. Remember, you can make them for birthdays, Christmas. I give a lot of gift cards away. This is going to be so much fun to give them away in these little holders. And it doesn't take much paper at all. I could have been more frugal with my paper. But I had fun. And I'm actually going to bring the camera down just a little closer. See if that shows up a little better. We'll come down a little bit, get in camera. Oh, somehow it flipped. I didn't know we could do that. Let's see, flip back. Oh, that's fancy. Okay. So that's about as close as I can get. So I will just lift up then to the camera. And am I going over the right way? Did I go further away? Yep, go this way. Okay, yep, that's where the lens is. Okay, that's the close-ups of those 2. And then the middle one was the Velcro closure. Come up a little bit. There you go. Super cute. I really like using Velcro. And then the first one with our belly band. And there we go with the Santas. All right. Well, that's it for me, guys. I hope you had fun. I hope you make lots of these. Look at that. They all go together. That's the power of a collection. All right. I'm signing off. I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.